Hello, my podcasting friends. I'm Adam from ClubCast. I'm super excited to take you through the ClubCast platform here. Quick demo. This is for club admins to get you started and going. So if you haven't set up an account, sign up, register your club, and then when you jump in, you'll see this screen here. So the first is a snapshot of your club and just gives you some quick details like how much data you're using, podcast episodes, number of members that you've registered into your club, and then you can add admin to manage the club with you. So you can have multiple admin from your club, all having admin privileges to be able to add your club kids into it, remove club kids that are no longer with you, and just kind of manage the podcasts and keep things in good order. So to add your kids, you click on the members tab and you can come here and add in members. So you want to add in new kids as they join your club and get excited about the prospect of podcasting and creating podcasts. You come here, you can add a member. When you add them, just add their name, their email, mobile phone is optional, and you can set access level and just give them podcasting privileges. So you can send the invite, and after you send the invite to your kid, club kids, they will go into the invitees list and it'll show pending until they've accepted it. Once they've accepted it, it will show that they are active. And so it just sends them an email and it says, here's a link to get you started on the ClubCast platform. Join your club. It'll have their club name and then they can join and you will be able to manage their accounts right from here. The next tab is the podcasting tab. This is the exciting tab where you come to set up brand new shows or join and work and collaborate with other kids on other shows. So right here, you will be able to manage all the podcasts that are being created at your club. And you come in and let's say a kid wants to start a new show. They can click here. They can give it a brand new title. They can give it a short description, a little summary about the podcast. You can load up curriculums into the podcast. They can add their name as the author, producers. They can add extra hosts from other kids that are at the club so they can collaborate together with lots of kids working on podcasts together, hosts, and then an email for publishing, category, subcategory. So these are chosen by Apple. Episodic or serial. Episodic is if you can listen in any order. It doesn't matter. You can jump into the podcast on any episode and it'll all make sense. Great for like interview style podcasts. Serial is more if you need to listen in order, episode 1, 2, 3, 4, and go in order chronologically. Explicit or not explicit. And then show on Apple, Spotify, and all the rest. And then you get to add the artwork. And we link Canva podcast artwork creator here with the correct dimensions to do it. And so Canva has a place for podcasting templates, all nice and set up for you. And we have a course also on how to design your podcast cover and some of the things that we did at the Boys and Girls Club in Santa Fe. That was really cool when we used podcasting for the Keystone and how to do the artwork for, let's say, a project-based podcast. And then once you add your podcast in, it will show up right here. Now, you can only enter into one of these podcasts if you have been invited. So kids can invite other kids and collaborate together. Or if you're an admin, you can access any podcast. But if I'm a kid and I've not been invited as a host into Healthy Habits, I would not be able to view this. It would give me a message and tell me to reach out to the hosts of Healthy Habits to get added and be able to join. Whereas if you have access, you can get access to any of these. So All In was the Keystone project. Healthy Habits was another project that they were doing. Here is Sarah, the CEO of the Boys and Girls Club from Santa Fe. And this is us just jumping into her podcasts because we have privileges to get in. If we didn't have privilege, you'd not be able to join. So there I am with privileges at the bottom. And here is the information about her podcast and the web page where you can preview her podcast as well. So we build out a web page that hosts all the podcast shows. So here's all the episodes that she's recorded and published thus far. But we can also check out all the different shows that are being created at her teen center. And you can listen to them right from here. So you can jump in, you can see the All In United Voices and see all the different episodes from the different kids that they recorded. You can listen to them from here. We also make it so you can add a button. You'll be able to see from Sarah's where it connects to Spotify or Apple, any place you want to connect your podcast to, and people would be able to click here and listen to your podcast in different places. So we then have curriculum builders. Let's jump in. So here let's look at the different options on this side of the page. So curriculum, recording, library is where all your podcasts go, published and unpublished. Editing, we show you how to get editing done on your podcast. If you want to add a special intro, you want to add music, you want to remove some things, you go to editing and we give you instructions and teach you how to do that. Integrations will allow you to integrate and connect to different places, or add things in to your podcast, like email lists if you want to build email lists, just ways to grow an audience. And then finally, submit your show. When you're ready to submit your show, you'll copy this RSS feed here and you'll submit your show, and we'll have directions on how to do that. So let's start at the top and look at the curriculum. Very cool. Curriculums will guide you through different tasks, and we'll also have fun curriculums that will be like podcasting challenges and activities for your kids to do. So here is a curriculum all around using Zoom to record. Another curriculum on how to set up your Rodecaster, right? So you can start one of these curriculums and go through. It tells you to start here. You can watch a video. You can read how to do it. You can add a date. So a start date, when do we want to get this done by? So you can project track, add in any kind of comments or attachments, questions that kids might have. And all the kids can collaborate on these tickets together. And so when you start something, you can move it to doing. You can move it to doing as things are being worked on. And then when you're done, you can move them to done when you've completed the task. This way, you can manage what you're learning, how you're learning it, pace it out so you can complete different tasks. Using Zoom to record, we have one for mastering the art of podcast interviews. You can jump into any of these and you will see, some quick little instructions to take you through some thoughts, ideas that you can talk about as a club, as a group, as a podcast unit, and they can move it doing done as they go through these different curriculums. So each of these curriculums load up different curriculums for different podcasts. So this is Sarah's podcast. She could have certain curriculums loaded into here. Another kid with another podcast could have different curriculums loaded in there. So we can add curriculums based off of different interests that different kids want to record about. Here's a curriculum called starter questions. So if we want to just kind of challenge kids with different starter questions, you can move them along as they learn about how to record this and complete this podcast curriculum. So this one's all about just getting them comfortable recording, giving them some fun questions to answer. And each different ticket here could be a different episode, right? And so we could challenge them saying, hey, complete 6 podcast episodes from this podcast starter questions curriculum challenge. And they can go in and answer a question. They could do it in a group where each kid takes a different question and answers it on the podcast. And it's just a fun way for them to put on the headphones, start recording into the microphone, and sharing stories and just kind of get into podcasting. It's a really fun way just to start. So you can go in here and record just like you would a Zoom call, or you could use your Rodecaster Pro if everyone's recording at the club. And if you do record locally at the club, then you can upload it. So you can come right here and upload your podcast with upload an artwork. If you have different artwork, give it a name, select who the hosts are, and then upload the audio file. So it's as easy as that to get your podcast uploaded. Once it's uploaded in here, you can, these are all published, but you can unpublish, but you can publish it if it's unpublished. You can create audiograms out of it. You'll see your audiograms here, which is an easy way to share your podcast on social media. And you'll just track and manage your podcast right from here. It's very easy. Editing goes through editing techniques, integrations, add a listen button, MailChimp. We'll be adding in Patreon so you can collect sponsorships for your podcast and more. Submit your show when you're finally ready to get your podcast on Apple or Spotify. You come here and you'll just one time have to link your show, and we'll show you how to do that. But all you have to do is link it one time with this button, copy this, link it to here, and your podcast is linked. So anytime you publish from your library, so anytime you publish this, it will show up on your personal page, which is this, and it will also get linked over to Apple and Spotify and anywhere you've connected. So it's as easy as that to get your club and all the podcasts that you're creating, recording on Apple, on Spotify, and start sharing them with your community, start reaching out and kind of connecting with thought leaders and interesting people in your community, building awareness for your club. The other great thing we see is that you can get sponsorship from local businesses and, give them a little thank you to our sponsor promotion right on your podcast. So we see this as a huge opportunity to bring in some money for your club through podcasting and reach out and connect with people in your community and raise awareness and just get people excited about podcasting. Great educational tool for your kids. And we make it very easy for you to manage everything right from here, right from one simple place. So if you ever need to track or remove or edit or update, you can do that all from one simple admin place. So if you have any questions, reach out anytime. I have a support page on ClubCast. So if you go to ClubCast support, you can get workshop support, demo support, schedule a meeting. It just opens a calendar invite and makes it really easy to get some help and ideas, anything. We'll also be doing lots of podcasting workshops throughout the month. Different days will focus on different features of podcasting. And we will be adding some really cool curriculums as well as we grow. We'll be adding new curriculums into the directory. We're looking for, curriculums that will get kind of contest-based curriculums that will get kids learning about different topics like health, nutrition, exercise, mental health, and, mentorship, reaching out to professionals in the community. A lot of exciting things to come. So we're excited about this. We hope that you reach out anytime, and we are here to get your club podcasting. It's a great way to get out into the community, get your, builds confidence with kids, allows them to connect with thought leaders and interesting people. So we are excited about this. I'll be here to support you anytime you need it. Reach out. Bye, everybody.